going on, people? How are we all doing? I hope this isn't too shaky. Another week is here. Last week was the video where everything went bang in the electrics, but it actually had quite a good reception, which was nice. A lot less critique than what I expected and anticipated, so that's nice. Hopefully, yes, it's got everyone doing their safe isolation again. So what have I been up to this week? I want to talk about marketing and how you can push your business, how you can excel your business. And I definitely don't have all the answers, so it's more of a conversation piece rather than any advice or anything like that. But throughout the video, if I do have any advice that I've found helpful, obviously I don't know if it will work for you, then I will chuck them little bits in here and there. But yeah, let's jump into these jobs and see what we got going on. So we are at an ATAG I-28 here, and there's no hot water, so I'll run the hot water there, put on a demand, turn it off and on a little bit just to see if we can kickstart the flow sensor, and nothing at all. This 9 times out of 10 is going to be a flow sensor issue, so we just have to isolate the cold water coming in. I did bring a sensor with me. Undo the little clip here. I don't know if you can see it yet. It's right at the back. Obviously take off the wire. Little screwdriver or a pair of long nose pliers. Pull out that clip. And the sensor just pulls out. It's got a little turbine on the back of that disc. Sensor. As you can see, NTC. So I've stupidly picked up the wrong sensor. Basically, I do that ATAG warranty work, and with that you get a massive box with all their parts, but it's too big to keep on a van. So I generally just take what I think I'm gonna need, which was the hot water sensor, but it's the wrong sensor. So now I've got to go back home, get the sensor. Luckily I'm only about 15 minutes, but that's still half-hour difference. But yeah, the box is just too big to keep on the van all the time. It used to be a nightmare, and you don't like get enough jobs to warrant having it there all the time, which I guess is testament to their boilers, or maybe they just use other people more. Anyways, let's go get this. So here we are, boiler's doing nothing, water's on. So we've got to isolate it. Now I have the right part. And that's what it looks like. All right, let's see. There we go. Back driving again. So there we have it. Easy as that, he says. So marketing, websites. Do you have a website? Do you update it much? Do you have a Google page? I spoke to someone this week and they didn't have a Google page, and I was just trying to express that, how important that is to have, and it's free. So that's one of the kind of great marketing tools. I'm starting to get some work off the back of YouTube as well, or I don't know whether it's come organically from YouTube of people searching issues, or whether it's they've kind of found my page, like pages, whether that be Google or website or Checkertrade, whatever, and then they've found my YouTube from that, and then that's what's caused them to book me. But yeah, so it's nice that things are starting to come through there too. And yeah, what platforms are you on? What do you find helpful? I hear a lot of people talking about leafleting up and down. You know, every job you go to, 5 doors up, 5 doors down. But I don't know, my understanding of that is those leaflets often get chucked in the bin. I'm happy to give it a go, but yeah, have you tried that? Have you had any success with it? Is it a waste of time? How has this been working? I'm only here for a landlord. Obviously, service done every year. I do not know how that's been working at all. That was completely blocked up. I've never seen a condense blocked up like that. We're booked in for full heat exchanger, clean out, replace the rear flue seal because you can see the rusting down the back, place a 2-port valve, rear flue seal I believe is going to be boiler off the wall, so yeah, going to be likely most of a day there, getting everything up to scratch with that. But it's a new landlord that's recently started using me, or a landlord that has recently started using me. Yeah, let's try and get the boiler back up to scratch. Anyways, next one. So we're back at a job now where I replaced some taps a while ago. It was really tight access. I'll show you. Remember that one there? My regulars that come back, they'll probably remember that. It was a nightmare. As you can see, trying to get to them. Because of this in the way, which doesn't come away. Some staining on the ceiling downstairs, directly below, which I'll show you in a minute. But let's flip this cover off. See what we can find. So all the usual, no, that doesn't look dry. It doesn't look wet, to be fair. That's damp. Client said that they had a bath and then noticed the staining downstairs and it was wet down there. But it has dried up since. I presume it's not a mains leak. Let's run some water and see. Let's get a towel or something under that first. So this is the staining she noticed yesterday. She said the inner one is new. The outer one she thinks was there before. But I've come and just seen this too, which she's just drawn a pencil mark around. Run the bath now. So let that drain out. Nothing yet. So that feels damp. There's a line there that feels damp. Running across there. Goes like there. Nothing above that. This all feels good. Cold, but not wet. That board is wet under there. everything seems dry. That's annoying. That definitely looks damp under there. So the only thing I've been able to find is this. See that drip there? And that is loose. So maybe it's coming out of there. I think all we can suggest at this point is putting something underneath, leaving it on test. So I've tightened that up. And now there's no movement on that anymore. I'll tighten these compressions, or could be that it was just, I don't know how it's got over there. Maybe I'll re-glue these as well. So yeah, that's a bit of a strange one, because the amount of water there doesn't really, to me, look like it will cause or be caused by that waste. But who knows, because she said it was all dry. She went upstairs, had a bath, come downstairs, it was dripping. And that's it. Nothing overnight the next day or anything. And nothing since I've been there, which is a few days ago now. And it's all stayed dry. So stranger things have happened. Right, here is the screwdriver from last week. Look. See how that is completely damaged on the end and ruined my screwdriver from the electrics blowing. So don't let that be you. Make sure you're doing your safe isolation. It's like a little bit there where it's stuck to the flexi as well. So yeah, RIP to screwdriver. Jump in the comments. Let me know your marketing tips and what you do, what you don't do, what you found useful over the coming weeks. As I start to spend a little bit more time focusing on these kind of things, I will share what's working for me, what's not working for me, and hopefully it'll be helpful for someone. Yeah, that's about it. Real quick video this week. Got a few jobs coming up actually, some parts jobs, some leak detection jobs. Some Worcester manifolds, of course, wouldn't be a week go by without one of them. Got a couple of power flushes coming up soon too. Done a couple of boiler quotes. If they go ahead, maybe I'll get some footage on them. Although I find people find them quite boring. I don't know, would you like to see that? I've got the business videos coming up. Going to kickstart those over the summer, just when I've got a bit more time to film it. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hype. And yeah, keep leaving the comments. Even the bad ones, even the negative ones we got last week.